Fatso from Malawi. Dear Pastor, how can I know what I am saying when speaking in other tongues? Well, you're not supposed to know what you're saying when speaking in other tongues. Only the Holy Spirit should bring you the interpretation. Now, not the translation or transliteration. What it brings you is the interpretation, which means the meaning of what you're saying. Not the meaning of every word and every syllable there. What's important is the idea, the meaning, the message. So the Spirit of God can bring that to you. But when you speak in tongues, you don't have to worry about knowing what you're saying, especially through your understanding. If you want to know, pray to God to give you the interpretation. You get the interpretation in your spirit. But that's not to say every time you speak in tongues, you must have the interpretation. Not necessarily. When it's important for you to know, you'll have that intuition in your spirit. But let me read something to you from the Bible so you can understand this. 1 Corinthians chapter 14, from verse 2. For he who speaks in a tongue does not speak to man but to God, for no one understands him. However, in the Spirit, he speaks mysteries. Did you hear that? No one understands him. He says, when you speak in tongues, you speak to God and not to man. And no one understands. That includes you. You don't understand. Let me read further. Same book, same chapter, but this time from verse 14. For if I pray in a tongue, my spirit prays, but my understanding is unfruitful. My understanding is unfruitful. It says, if I pray in a tongue, my spirit prays. That means in an unknown tongue, like you call it speaking in tongues. It says, for if I pray in a tongue, my spirit prays, but my understanding is unfruitful. See, when you speak in tongues or pray in tongues, it comes from your spirit, not from your understanding. That means not from your mind. If it came through your mind, you'd know what it means through your understanding. But it comes through your spirit, and so you can't tell. You don't know what it is. And so, what are you going to do? If you want to know, you'll have to have the gift of interpretation, see, of those tongues. And that comes as a gift of the Spirit of God. That's an ability that only God gives. So it's not going to be through your mind.